Your art isn't terrible. There's nothing wrong with your art. Even if you compare yourself to someone else and feel like you're worse than them, you're wrong. Whatever you're drawing, you're creating something that didn't exist before you drew it, and nobody in the world can draw it the way you did. Even if they completely traced over it, they can't draw exactly the same. So your art is unique. Recently, not only on my stream chats, but just generally anywhere, there are people talking about how bad their art is and complaining about it. But that's not really the attitude you should take to improve. If you really do hate your art so much, then you should focus on trying new things to make it better rather than complaining about how bad it is. If you keep telling yourself that you're bad at something, then your brain will subconsciously find every single way to prove that to yourself. That doesn't only apply to art, it can apply to literally anything. If you keep telling yourself you suck at a certain sport, then the moment you make a single mistake, you're going to use that as proof to yourself. If you keep telling yourself you're a bad person, if you do anything that might not be the best action, then you're going to tell yourself, see, you're a bad person. And then eventually you're never going to get yourself out of that hole. You need to be able to see the good side of your art as well as the bad side to it, because that's the only way to get better. Also, confidence plays a big role in quality and popularity. All the popular artists and animators are pretty confident about themselves, or at least the side they show to YouTube is the confident one. If you take a look at animators like Dog, they don't waste their time complaining about their art. They stay confident, they stay proud, and then they keep uploading and posting because of it. People subconsciously watch their videos and think, darn, I wish I had some of that confidence, and you can really admire these artists because of that. Do they just never have insecurities and are always at the top of their game? No, of course not. They're human. They could have trouble with their art just as much as the next person, but the amount of it they choose to show to the public is way different. This will help you make more friends and generally feel better about yourself. And if you're one of those people who do this for attention, listen up. If you're relying on kids on the internet or generally people you don't talk to for all of your confidence and lean solely on them for support, you're making a big mistake. The compliments you get from guilt tripping and complaining are not genuine. These compliments are made in a hurry just so you leave them alone or because they feel bad for you. Most likely they barely know what your art looks like. If you want genuine compliments, then keep uploading, keep improving, and keep trying. You'll find that compliments that you get when you don't ask for them are a lot more comforting than those you get through complaining. And yeah, you won't get loyal fans and followers immediately, that will take some time, but once you start working hard and gaining supporters, you'll feel a lot better about yourself. When I first started my channel, I didn't really get much support or even views, but I kept uploading and I kept drawing and I kept improving, and over time things started to look better for me. I'm sure every artist at one point in their lives told someone how bad their art was, and that was probably when they were younger. If it wasn't, you really need to start trying to break out of this habit. Another thing to add is one-upping is just as bad, if not worse than this. I see this all the time where someone shares their insecurity about their art and the next person goes, your art isn't bad, mine is really, really bad. This might seem like a nice thing to say, but it really isn't. It's not a competition of whose art is worse or who can say their art is worst the most. It's like a bittersweet compliment, telling them that they're better than you, but at the same time telling them that if they accept this compliment, they're insulting your art. If someone talks about how bad their art, the good thing to do is to spread positivity and actually be a decent person instead of non-stop one-upping. So yeah, this was a short upload. With Christmas and all that jazz, I've been focusing on other things. I've also been kind of lazy. Before asking me if this is about you or apologizing, just know this isn't at all about you. You're not the only person in the world with these habits, and why would I take the time and energy to make a video about a singular person? Also, for those of you wondering why your fan art wasn't featured, just know I can't feature everyone. The only way to guarantee your fan art is featured is if I get one piece of fan art per week, which isn't exactly how it is, especially with Christmas and everyone giving each other gifts. I try to pick fan art that I think the person worked their hardest on, or fan art I haven't featured yet in a while. You'll probably see yours featured eventually, and I can still add them all to my toy house, which is linked in my card. If I didn't add yours, just let me know, I could have forgotten. But yeah, thanks for watching. I've been having a lot of fun with uploads lately because of all the support. I know I keep promising a redesigning part 2, I'll get to that eventually. Remember to ask questions in the comments if you can, because I'm doing a Q&A for 400 subscribers, and I'd rather be well prepared for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.